Hey guys, Rob here. In this video today, I'm going to tell you some secrets of the ultra rich and ultra wealthy in terms of how they spot trends and spot opportunities for business and investment. And I wish I knew this years ago. The reason why is because I wasted a lot of time in businesses that didn't work. I invested money which I lost. Right? And I don't want you guys to make the same mistake as I did as well. So if you watch this video all the way through to the end, you will understand the pitfalls to avoid when it comes to opportunity and trends. You'll also know what to look out for as well. And you'll also be able to judge whether your own business is past it and you should move on to a different pursuit of something else, or, maybe stick at it and keep going. Let's get straight into it. So to kick this thing off, the general rule of thumb is the people who are early to opportunities and early to trends, the early bird that catches the worm, they generally win, right? The people who are late to opportunities generally lose because the opportunity is all gone. Let me demonstrate exactly what I mean. So I'm gonna draw on my trusty little whiteboard here. This is the opportunity bell curve, right? It goes like this, and it goes okay. And this right here is just an entire opportunity. Right here, you have people who are trying to create an opportunity. And here you have where like everyone knows about the opportunity. So that's right, everyone there. Everyone knows, okay? And here we have like no opportunity. So if we have a look through this whole bell curve, this is exactly where the opportunities are. There's very high opportunities here, and there's medium here, and there's low opportunities here. Because if it's just one person in an opportunity, there's a lot of opportunities there. But if there's a lot of people in an opportunity, things start getting quite saturated. And if there's too many people in an opportunity, like the opportunity is gone, right? It's like way too saturated. Let me show you how this works in real terms, right? So let's first of all look at an investing opportunity. So we got Bitcoin here, and here is, just today's results. And if we have a look on like a max time span, so Bitcoin kicked off, this only goes to 2015, it kicked off earlier than that. But as we can see, the opportunity rises over time, right? So if you were a person who put in some money here, let's just say you put in £300 here, you would have 100x'd your returns, right? As of today. So you put £300 in here in April 2016. 6 years later, you would be looking at 30 grand, right? Not bad at all, right? That's a lot of money. But here's the thing, right? The earlier you get in, yes, there's more opportunity and, a bigger upside. There's also a bigger risk because nobody really knows if Bitcoin's going to work out, right? Let me show you a different example. That's an investing example. Let me show you a Facebook example. Right? So Facebook ads have got more and more popular over time. Let's have a look at the whiteboard. They've got more and more popular over time, right? And what happens is because they've got more and more popular, the ad costs go up because it's like an auction system, right? More and more people come into the auction system, which drives the cost up because there's more demand. Are you following me so far? So if we just look in 2021 alone, we can see that the cost was increasing there. Cost per click by month, on average, 30 cents in January. By September, it's like 50 cents there, right? It's like almost doubled, right? So if you'd have got in around January in 2021, you would have like less cost than you would have in September if you were going to advertise. Here's where it gets even better, right? So over time, Facebook, we can see this curve again. Remember the curve? It goes boom, like that. We can see that over time, like Facebook has got more and more popular for like ads and people using the platform for ads, which means that over time, more and more people know about it and more people are advertising. And because more and more people are advertising, you need to now pay more to get eyeballs on your stuff because everyone's paying for it, right? So you want yours to be in front of like your potential client's eyes. And as a consequence of this, the ad cost rises. So if we think about like in 2009 when Facebook first came out, right? Just here, let's just put that here. We can see that if you got in there and learned Facebook ads, you would be doing very, very well for yourself, right? Because you would have had all this huge upside. Now, that would have required skill to learn it around then. And there wouldn't have been many places teaching it. You would have almost been a pioneer, an innovator, right? Which also means like you've got the highest risk as well. Because pretty much like you don't know if it's going to work out, right? Now, if we look at it, we're at like the point of where pretty late on in Facebook ads, I'd put us somewhere down here, and the opportunity is actually quite low now. The reason why, because it's so expensive now just to get a lead. You know, that's just clicks, 50 cents per click, right? Per lead could be in hundreds of dollars, right? And then that's not even client, right? So you see how all this is like risen up. And the people who are very rich, or the people who've done very, very well in the online space, they have always identified the opportunity here, right? Roughly about here. We look at anybody who's big with Facebook ads, who's, you know, maybe a popular YouTuber at the moment, a popular business person to learn from. We got Grant Cardone, we got Tai Lopez, we got, you know, Sam Ovens, Alex Becker, Alex Hormozi. All these guys essentially got into ads quite early, and they made money off ads, which further, you know, was like a positive feedback loop, right? Because they get in quite early, and when the ads get more expensive, they've already profited from these ads down here, right? And as a consequence, they now have more money to spend on ads up here. So it's not entry level anymore, right? Because the cost has risen, but they've already made revenue because they have hit the trend earlier, and now they can come in and spend that revenue, which further drives up the cost. So the people up here now, the people who are like on Facebook using Facebook ads at the moment, they've got money to spend, right? They've got money to, you know, kind of throw around, and the people who don't have money to spend pretty much now get like destroyed. But this right here, this opportunity curve works in every possible thing that you can think, right? So if you're in a business right now, like think about like whereabouts you'd be on the opportunity curve. And this isn't theory either. Let's have a look right here. This is called Crossing the Chasm, this book is, by Jeffrey A. Moore. And Jeffrey A. Moore also has a, see if we can get this bigger for you, also has a, you know, a bell curve almost like this. And he says that like the innovators come in, you have the early adopters, the early majority, the late majority, the laggards. So these are the skeptics over here. And these people who come in have much more opportunity. But if you get into the market right now, like if it's at this stage, you've got much less opportunity. You're going to have to compete way harder. So I'm going to give you an example from my business now. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do about it. So in like 2019, I came in roughly about here. Let's say about here, right? And I did a quick search through Sales Navigator, which is LinkedIn's premium version. And I searched for other LinkedIn coaches out there. And roughly at that time, there was roughly about 1,000 people worldwide who were doing what I did in some form or another. I'm not exactly a LinkedIn coach. I'm more focusing on sales strategy and marketing, right? But like for the sake of this, let's just call myself that, right? I checked again in 2021, right? This number right here was now 100,000 people worldwide doing what I did. So this meant supply had increased, demand had went down, right? I was now speaking to potential clients, trying to pitch them on my business, and they were very closed up. This is in like 2020. And they were very closed up because they've already been pitched 30 times that week, right? This is market saturation. So now we're talking about like, it's here, right? This is just specifically for like my business. It got so busy, and what happens when something gets so busy, people rush to it because they think it's a gold mine opportunity. And if something's a gold mine opportunity, incentive wins, reward always wins with humans, right? And it actually brings a bunch of bad players to the market, which guess what that means? It means that people further close up and they don't want to be spoken to. So that's an exact opportunity of what happened with like my industry is too many people came to the market because it's a bell curve, right? This is not just my market, it's just general trends as well. So let's talk about you. What should you do? Let's get rid of all of this. I wonder if I can highlight this. Delete. Okay, right, that's pretty much deleted what I wanted to delete anyway. So if you are in business right now, you have to think to yourself, what is the opportunity in my market? What is it? Where is it right now? Are you over here? Because if you're over here, you don't want to be in here, you probably better move to a different niche in a different industry, right? Because the opportunity's gone down. There's so much less opportunity now for you alone. What about if you are potentially over here? I'd say that's a great place to be, right? Because you're going to see the peak, you're going to get returns, you know, you're going to, the market's not too saturated yet, right? The best place to be, really, if we think about this, just logically looking at this graph, is roughly around about here. You want to get in before most people are talking about it. You don't want to get in here, right? Why don't you think you want to get in here? Because people fail and like it's costly and it's time. You want a few people to fail before you. You don't want to be the first, the second, but you want to be the third person. You want to be in early, but not too early. And the reason why is because like it's just too costly, right? It's going to cost you the failing. It's going to take time to work things out. And the risk is pretty damn high. And if we look at like Elon Musk, right? He has enough money to be in the innovator section here. People like me and you, we want to either be in here or here, early majority or early adopters. The reason why is because you don't have 200 billion in the bank. He's building space rockets to take us to Mars, right? That's huge. But here's the other side of it, right? As soon as he has built space rockets to Mars, as soon as he has got there, right? He's in, you know, the innovator section right here. What's going to happen then? Then you're going to get a whole bunch of companies building space rockets to Mars because he's already mapped out the blueprint. And this is exactly what happens. And then suddenly, the more this goes on and like the more space rockets get built, I don't quite know if, you know, space rockets is like a great example for this because it seems so far away. But you get the idea, like the more space rockets that get built, the more it goes into the early majority, the late majority, the skeptics at the end as well. And as a result of this is there becomes little to no opportunity. And we've seen this, you know, it works with like crypto. If you were to get into crypto right now, you'd be buying at a high and you would probably be losing the money if the market dipped anymore. And you wouldn't see as many returns as the people who got in as 2012. Is that to say you shouldn't buy crypto? No, you absolutely should, because I believe the world is going to move that way. It's not financial advice, by the way, it's just my belief. But like Facebook ads, we've seen it with my business as well. Like people are very closed off. I have to get all kinds of creative now to actually get people interested in my service, right? Because I'm part of the late majority now, right? I'm in the game and there's friggin' a million other people in there now as well. And as a result, the opportunity is way less. So think about this. This is literally a secret of the wealthy. Every wealthy person you know has managed to jump on the trend in the early adopters or the early majority bit. And it's peaked for them after that. And then they've got out and moved on to something else, which is a trend in a different place. So draw yourself a little chart and work out exactly where your business sits and exactly where the opportunity is and where it's going to go. Is it too late? Should you potentially leave? Is there a place that has a different opportunity? This will save you years of time and it'll also make you way more money, but you need to understand it first of all. Hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Rob Lally. I'm an entrepreneur based in the UK. Give me a like, give me a subscribe if you did enjoy the video, and take care. Have a great one.